Do you struggle with bloating and an uncomfortable tightness in your stomach? Well, then you want to stick to the end of this video because today I'm going to give you 5 ways to combat bloating and then some simple strategies and dietary adjustments that you can make to allow you to get a flatter stomach. The info I'm going to provide you in this video helped Anique reduce her bloating, shrink her waist, drop 2 to 3 dress sizes, and see significant changes on the scale. So if you are someone who's struggling with bloating and wants results like this, then I'm telling you, you're in the right place. My name is Dr. Salako, and I have helped thousands of women lose weight and fall in love with their bodies time and time again. Before we dive into this video, I would love to know, what are some strategies that you do to help you reduce your bloating? Go ahead and put those in the comments. That way I can get a ground level understanding of the tips and the strategies that you all are implementing before we dive in. Tip number 1 to ridding yourself of stubborn bloating and the uncomfortable tightness in your stomach: reducing your salt intake. Sodium. Ladies, we truly got to watch our sodium intake. There's a saying that I learned while I was in PT school. For those who don't know, I'm a licensed physical therapist, and there was a saying that our teacher taught us in physiology: where sodium goes, water follows. This is when we were learning about the sodium-potassium pump in our bodies. So essentially what that means, the more sodium you consume, the more water will follow. So if you have a high sodium diet, this explains why you have more water in your stomach. This explains why you tend to retain more water in your system. If you're someone who struggles with high blood pressure, oftentimes they'll tell you, hey, we need to reduce our sodium intake because this is increasing your blood volume, causing higher blood pressure. So if we can significantly reduce our sodium intake, this makes a difference for the amount of bloating that we're experiencing. My challenge for you is to start looking at the foods that you are consuming and checking for the sodium levels on the nutrition label. There's a video that I created about nutrition labels. So if you are someone who doesn't know how to read your nutrition label and you need insight into that, what I want you to do is click this info card that's popping up, check out that video and learn how to read nutrition labels, and then come back so that you can start to apply the rest of these tips. Simple way to reduce your sodium intake outside of checking the nutrition label is some swaps. Rather than your table salt, let's use sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, or for flavor in our foods, use more herbs and spices. These are great ways to allow you to reduce your sodium intake. If we can avoid our processed foods, that's another option. I know some of us love our lunch meat in our sandwiches. Those tend to be high in sodium. So if we can get low sodium options, this will significantly help us with our bloating. Step number 2, increasing our water intake. Now I know when you first hear that, it sounds counterproductive of, I have more sodium in my diet. Where sodium goes, water follows. So if I drink more water, my body will retain more water. But there's a certain point where the gradient has to shift and your body starts to flush out that excess sodium. Our bodies are smart in that way. So if you are someone who consistently has high sodium levels, increasing your water intake, yes, there will be some bloating in the beginning, but over time, your body will start to flush out all that sodium, and then your bloating will decrease. Also, it's going to help with your digestion. If you're someone who has high levels of water intake, your digestion is that much better. Your mental clarity is that much better. Your hair, your skin, your nails is that much better. So you have to make sure that you are getting adequate amount of water in your diet daily. I was talking to a lady the other day and she said she hates drinking water. If you're someone that doesn't like drinking water, they have those packets like Natural Light, I believe is the name of it, where you can put some flavor into your water. And if that is what you need to allow you to drink more water, do it. We have to get at least 8 glasses of water every single day. If you want to know the true amount of water that you need to drink, take half your body weight in ounces of water and then add 12 ounces for every 30 minutes of exercise that you do. Now that can be a lot of water for most people. So I say start with 8 glasses of water a day and build as you go, as you get more active, because we're chasing our weight loss goals. Tip number 3, we need to eat smaller, more frequent meals. Oftentimes, think about when you go to the buffet, if you've ever been to the buffet, or Thanksgiving, days like that, where we're consuming large excess of foods at a time. Your body's overloaded with food and it's going to be bloated as it takes time to work through digestion. So if you're someone who does intermittent fasting and then you have a heavy meal to break, that could be part of the reason that you're bloated. Or let's say you skip eating all day long and then you finally get home for dinner, and because you haven't ate all day, now you eat this super large meal because you're so hungry. That could be part of the reason that you're bloated. So if we can organize our diet to have more frequent, smaller meals, this will allow us to reduce our bloating because it gives your body adequate time to work through digestion with each meal. For our meals, we want to make sure we're prioritizing high fiber, high protein, good probiotics and prebiotics. The prebiotics and the probiotics are our healthy gut bacteria that aid in digestion. Having adequate fiber in your diet aids in digestion. It keeps you regular so you can go to the bathroom and allows us to have a healthy running digestive system. So getting that water intake like we just mentioned previously, making sure we have a balanced meal, 3 balanced meals a day, and also eating those meals in a smaller, more frequent manner should allow us to reduce our bloating. Number 4, adding more potassium-rich foods to our diet. Remember when I was telling you about that sodium potassium pump that we learned in PT school? They work in unison to each other. If there's high level of sodium, if we bring in high levels of potassium, it flushes out some of that sodium and creates a balance between the 2 gradients. So what we want to do is increase the levels of potassium in our diet. This will help balance out the electrolytes in our system, ultimately reducing our bloating. Foods like bananas, avocados are great options of high potassium foods. If you can get those into your diet on a daily basis, it will make a significant difference to your bloating. If you don't consume foods that are high in potassium in your diet, that's something that you want to make sure that you are tracking to see that you're missing it. Because one, if you visually are able to see what's missing, now you know what steps you need to take to apply it and implement more into your diet. But again, foods like bananas and avocados are 2 great options to add into your diet. A banana a day keeps the bloating away. Tip number 5, slowly adding more fiber to your diet. Now, I know we say add fiber, but you have to do it in a strategic manner. Remember what we talked about with overloading your digestive system too much and how that can cause bloating? Same thing can happen with fiber. While fiber is great to keep you regular, line your intestines, line your digestive system so that food can adequately be absorbed, we have to consume fiber in a gradual manner to give our body time to digest and adjust. You want to make sure you're drinking adequate levels of water as well to supplement the amount of fiber that you're putting in your diet. The combination of the 2 reduces your bloating and leaves you feeling amazing. If you apply these 5 simple steps, you will see a significant change in your bloating, and you will start to see your belly slim down, your clothes fit better, and your energy levels start to change. What I want you to do is check out this video popping up where I tell you how my client was able to lose over 50 pounds in 6.5 months. Tips like I just told you today about how to reduce your bloating. I dive into the nitty-gritty details of all the things that she did to transform her body and ultimately change her life. So I'll see you over in that video because I want you to be the next testimonial. I want you to be able to lose your 30 pounds and change your life. See you over there. Let's go.